Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. It's time for Head to Headlines. We go through the funniest headlines of the week. There's hundreds of them, by the way, and we narrow them down to two. And then we make it easy for you. You decide between two headlines, the content of the show. Which story you want to hear us break down. The kicker is we'll never talk about the other story again. We have friends at Google. It gets scrubbed from the internet. You can't look it up later yourself. So you have to choose wisely on the text line. You text headline 1 or headline 2 based on the headlines of which story you want to hear us break down. So let's get into it. Headline number 1 is Oklahoma man charged with armed robbery after using old-timey pistol from the 1800s to stick up a liquor store. There's a lot of information in that headline. Again, Oklahoma man charged with armed robbery after using, and it says, quotes, old-timey pistol from the 1800s to stick up a liquor store. Brave man there.
Absolutely. And stick up feels like the apt term. That's an old-timey term.
Yeah. Also thirsty. That was the length he went to rob the liquor store.
Yes.
I'm sure he was parched.
Yeah. I'm picturing going out there with liquor bottles instead of money from the register. I don't know, with that old-timey pistol.
To hydrate, of course.
So don't text yet because you have to hear headline number 2, which is drone drops crab legs, steak, and weed into South Carolina prison. Quote, folks were planning an early holiday Old Bay crab boil. End quote.
I love a good crab boil.
You want to go into that prison, don't you? Again, drone drops crab legs, steak, and weed into South Carolina prison. Folks were planning an early holiday Old Bay crab boil.
They played a little get together.
Yeah, that should be allowed. I don't think there. I don't have all the information. But
Be
headline
careful.
alone,
Be careful what you
headline
wish for.
alone, to
Can
me,
I say-
that's okay.
Right? Especially if it's a minimum security prison. Maybe maximum where they've murdered and assaulted.
Yes, they shouldn't be allowed.
They should not. But if it's minimum security because they've, sold weed, I think they should be allowed to have a little seafood boil on the holidays.
Well, I'll make a statement right now. If you've sold weed at this point, you shouldn't be in jail.
You think?
At this point, I mean, we're legally selling weed, so why should the illegal weed sellers be in jail? At this point, we're wasting taxpayer money there.
Yep.
But the violent people...
And people's, lives.
Yes.
So that's sad.
But the violent
But think
people...
about the taxpayer, Kenzie.
And the taxpayer.
Yes. Now, if you sold other stuff, I don't know about that. But the weed stuff,
Yeah.
you know...
Also, if you've murdered and assaulted, no seafood boil for you. How dare you?
That's a good stand you're taking on that one. I like that stand.
I stand right there.
So, after Lincoln Park, your results. You text headline 1 or headline 2. You decide the content of the show, which story we break down. We'll never talk about the other one again. It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Head to headlines, the funniest headlines of the week. We narrowed it down to 2, and you voted. We'll give you the results in a second of which story you want to hear us break down. And one story will never be talked about again. We scrub it from the internet. So, headline number 1 was, it's a long one. Oklahoma man charged with armed robbery after using, quote, old-timey pistol from the 1800s to stick up a liquor store. Fascinating to think of where he got it, by the way. Just really interesting situation.
And if it works, I don't know if guns have expiration dates or not.
Well, not to get sidetracked for a second, but when you watch those, you've now seen Dances with Wolves.
Yes.
And the fact when someone's running towards you and you shoot, and then you got to figure out that 1 minute reloading method where they lick their finger and they put that paper in there and there's the bullet. I mean, there's no way I'd just shoot myself because I couldn't.
Wow.
Because because the stress of trying to get that thing together before somebody got to me to shoot them is too much.
That's one way of handling that situation.
Yeah, I'm just going to end the conflict.
Yeah.
And headline number 2 was drone drops crab leg, steak, and weed into South Carolina prison. Folks were planning an early holiday Old Bay crab boil. This was close because a lot of people want to hear about the pistol and a lot of people were fascinated by the drone and the crab legs. And that one won out. Headline 2 won out, so we'll never hear about the old-timey pistol.
I think people want the recipe. They're like, what exactly are they making there?
Well, I looked at it like I don't have crab leg, steak, and weed in my house right now, and these guys in the South Carolina prison had it delivered by a drone.
Broke ass.
I would love all that stuff. And who's operating the drone? Well, we're going to find out because that's the story that won. Drone drops crab legs, steak, and weed into South Carolina prison. Folks planning an early holiday Old Bay crab bake. And the story starts out kind of cute. Which was 3 weeks before Christmas, and in the prison yard, a drone dropped a package that was found by a guard. Isn't that adorable?
I guess.
I found it.
Stork.
Yeah.
So I'll find out who wrote the article at the end, but that was very nice. With steak, weed, and crab legs and cigarettes for a day, and to a season to all, a tin of Old Bay.
Oh, fine.
It's really adorable. Old Bay, by the way, underrated seasoning.
You got to put that. You can put that on almost anything.
It is so good. You ever had
I
Old Bay
almost said something I
cakes?
wasn't allowed to say. So
I've
I'm like,
had Old Bay. Yeah, thank you I watched you in real time censor yourself. Thank you, Kenzie.
I'm here. I'm right there. It's fine.
I don't know if I'd say it's underrated. I think it's the most popular seafood seasoning there is. I think it's properly rated.
Seafood seasoning, but you can put it on anything, and everything tastes better. Chicken wings, steaks.
You know what I use it for?
What
In
do
the
you-
summer, I take corn and I put it on some tinfoil, and then I do butter, honey, and a bunch of Old Bay, and I wrap it up when I cook it on the grill, and it is so good. It's like spicy sweet.
I don't like corn, but I'll take all that seasoning in the foil, and I'll just
And the
drink.
honey and the butter.
I'll just drink all that.
Yeah.
Kenzie, so you're doing this to corn?
Yes.
Is that what they call elotes?
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. Before you answer, say it again.
I'm trying to do it properly. Is that what they call elotes?
So, okay. The elotes you're thinking of is not that recipe. Like when you
Okay.
go out and like buy that.
Yeah.
That has like mayo and lime and tahini.
They do it at the
and
Logan
tortilla
Square.
cheese.
They do it at the Logan Square Farmers Market, and it is awesome.
The corn I'm talking about is not that.
Okay.
What you're talking about, fantastic.
All right.
Yes.
The Hispanics know what they're doing with corn. Wanted to
Yeah.
get that in there. We can go ahead with head to headlines now.
Thanks for your approval with the Hispanics do with corn.
I love it. Big
If
fan.
you come over, I will make you some elotes. You will love it.
Okay.
I make
So-
a mean dip too.
So back to the story. The illicit meal was dropped into the Lee Correctional Institution. I wonder if that's General Lee. I don't know.
Ooh, I hope not.
Well, it's in South Carolina, so
But he shouldn't have a prison named after him.
there's probably a lot of stuff named after them.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's weird. We're not allowed to take down those statues.
So the Lee Correctional Institution, the prison yard, it was dropped in by a drone, a South Carolina Department of Corrections said on a social platform with the hashtag Contraband Christmas. This whole story is adorable. Seems some folks were planning an early holiday Old Bay crab boil and steak dinner along with their marijuana and cigarettes. All dropped by a drone at the Lee Correctional Institution. They put a photo up on their social media. It does look like an amazing day. Cigarettes, weed, a big bag of weed, by the way, and then crab legs, which seems like they don't keep that well on a drone. I don't know, like a steak can last a little longer. You age the meat a little bit, but crab legs?
You think they're delivered nice, like those steaks people order? Like, did they come in a cooler?
Oh, an Omaha steak drop off. Yeah.
Get the dry ice
Like
in
the
there.
drone was like a little cooler below.
Yeah.
My God, this is a business. People should. Could you imagine sending someone a seafood boil?
Oh.
You can start to like you do Omaha steaks.
Yeah.
This is a good business idea.
I think you should do it.
That's
I think you
nice.
should lead the charge on this one.
Yeah.
Now, sadly, the guard found it, and the drone was also seized Sunday morning. This happened. Prison officials say they're investigating. No arrests have been made.
There's some 12-year-old trying to send something nice to his dad. He stole his drone.
He says, I'm guessing the inmates were expecting the package and are crabby. Oh, boy. Now, they also note in the story, keeping contraband out of state prisons is a constant battle. People would toss or use a catapult to get packages like cell phones in, drugs, or other illegal items over those fences into the yard and the perimeter fence until officials raised the fences and added netting on top. That's sad because they get to go out, not the violent criminals, I don't care what happens to them, but if there's a net on top and you go out to the yard to do that little walk around and there's a net blocking the sun a little bit, like in Shawshank, think of that. I don't want a net up there.
I feel bad. Because I don't think this is okay. Like, I don't want, murderers and people who have assaulted people. Like, I don't want them to get the seafood boil.
No, they should not get the seafood boil. I don't know if we try to rank the people that should get it and shouldn't. If you're, like I said, people that just sold weed, you should be out of prison anyway, as long as he didn't cause any harm.
Right.
well-
and you have a little seafood boil.
Well, let's figure it out. So, okay, murders, violent criminals, they're not
Right.
getting the crab bake.
They
Case,
can't.
do you agree with that or no?
Yeah, I just have such a hard time because I do feel, even though a lot of people in prison have committed awful crimes, I do think prisoners in this country are treated horribly. And I think if you're getting goods via catapult, you should be allowed to have it.
If it got through,
Catapult or drone, I'm going to let you have it. I'm sorry. But, well, for the sake of the discussion, Murderers, violent criminals, they're not in the seafood boil. They're off the guest list.
No, wait a minute, though. Unless you murdered in self-defense.
Yes.
Or what if they cheated on, what if it was a cheating situation?
I think they should get a seafood boil every day.
I'm not co-signing that.
Yeah.
I am.
Because then again, who's wrong? The cheater or the cheatee or the person that just happened to be somebody, I didn't know they were married. I didn't know they were dating.
I don't know if you go to maximum security, though, for a crime of passion.
I think you do.
Murder.
I think if there's a body, you do.
I think maximum's like the premeditated, weird.
Yeah.
Like
Crime of passion isn't the legal argument that you think it is.
Yeah, they don't use that in court.
Your Honor.
Officer, I want this case thrown out. It was a crime of passion.
You see,
Kenzie
he
stabbed
provoked
him.
me.
Kenzie stabbed him 94 times, many times in the eyes, but it was passion. Yeah, she passionately stabbed him.
It's how many times he DM'd another girl.
That's on him.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
Well, we're in the middle and kind of finishing up head-to headlines, the funniest stories of the week, and we give you the headline. You choose the content based on the headline alone. Today's winner was Drone Drops Crab Legs, Steak, and Weed into South Carolina prison. Folks were planning an early holiday crab bake. And it sounds great for maybe the minimum type of criminals out there, not the violent ones, the murderers. But Kenzie and Case also believe they should have gotten this crab meal and steak and weed and cigarettes. It was confiscated by the guards. They didn't get it. I also think, too, for like low level criminals that happen to be in jail and prison, sure. Murderers, now Kenzie said crimes of passion should still be allowed to have crab legs. Her future she's seeing right now, a crime of passion.
What do you mean I don't get crab legs?
I thought this was part of my plea bargain.
Yes. I mean, by the way, the crime of passion involves
But
murder.
Sir, he made me.
Yeah. He DM'd this broad like 30 times.
Not this broad.
Did he cheat with her? No, he just was DMing her.
Yeah, well, same thing.
Case dismissed. Give her crab legs.
Amen.
That's how Kenzie
Let
sees
them
it.
eat crab legs.
Let me ask you a question now. So we got through the violent and certain kind of, like, let's say people that sell weed. What about white-collar criminals?
Well, I'm confused about collars. I don't know what that means. I hate when people say.
Wait, what do you
I
think
hate
it
when
means?
people say white collar crimes or blue collar job. Can it be a blue collar crime? I don't understand. Like, just say what it is. I don't understand the collars.
But that's
at
what
all.
it is. That's the term.
But what does a white collar mean?
What do you think it means?
I don't know. I thought that I didn't realize the color of the collar. I don't see color.
You're
So I
colorblind.
Yeah.
I'm colorblind. But I thought it was like because it was a collar, you're wearing a button-up shirt. So I thought every collar thing was fancy. Then I found out there was an unfancy collar.
Did you think it was all priests robbing people? The white collar?
Well, no, I thought every time I heard the collar, I thought oh, your blue collar, your white collar. I thought those were all fancy jobs. Because it's all a collar. Not everyone's wearing a button up to work.
Right.
So I'm like, oh, they're all lawyers. I don't understand the reference.
So you're getting there. So the white collar, they wear white button-up shirts, but they're criminals and they're in jail with murderers sometimes. So what do you think they did wearing their white collar?
Would that be like tax evasion or something?
It could be that, but I think it would lead more. Let's think about Ponzi schemes. Rip off
Ponzi schemes?
Ponzi, rip off old people of like maybe $30 million.
Right. So like lawyery stuff and like stockbrokery crimes. Like
Everything's
Wolf of
at
Wall
an E
Street.
at the end. Stockbrokery or lawyery crimes.
Yeah.
Georgetown law says that examples of white-collar crimes are tax evasion, insider trading, insurance fraud, bribery, embezzlement, and money laundering.
So is there blue-collar crime?
I think that's just straight on murder, I think, or robbing.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Is there a different kind of is there only white-collar crime? Is there another kind of collar crime?
You can wear a blue collar, though, and it can be a nice shirt. You could still be a lawyer with a blue collar.
You're not making this less confusing for me. That's the point that I've been making. You're not helping.
By the way, I want to go back to Case's definition. Insider trading is a white-collar crime. That one shouldn't be a crime. If I hear about a tip from somebody, a friend on the inside, that's just me like knowing one of my boys that's giving me a
That's
stock
luck,
tip.
baby.
Yeah, thank you. That's found money. Why should that be a crime?
That's why you're
Now I
here.
can't
not
just
on
have a
Wall Street.
conversation. Now I can't just talk. I can't even talk anymore.
Yeah. Wait, so what are the crimes again for white collar?
White collar crimes were tax evasion, insider trading, insurance fraud, bribery, embezzlement, and money laundering.
Okay. Now, what other collar crimes are there?
Go look up blue collar crimes and see if
Is there
something comes
another kind
up.
of? But is there a different color? Is there like red collar crime?
Well,
Like
what's
I don't
funny
know.
is Google is showing me results for green collar crime, which are
What is that?
crimes committed against the environment or nature.
Ugh.
Green collar. Okay, fine, whatever.
I mean, they're just going with the green theme. No one's wearing a green shirt and like dumping tar into like a nice pond.
So is there blue collar crime?
That's your example? Dumping tar into a pond?
I mean, I wanted
For fun.
I was trying to think of like asbestos, like dumping that in a place you shouldn't dump asbestos.
Blue collar crimes. And again, I don't like the way this is laid out. Don't get mad at me. This is the internet's definition, not mine. Blue collar crimes would be, quote, traditional street crimes, often associated with lower socioeconomic classes involving manual labor or visible offenses like theft, robbery, assault, or drug offenses.
Huh.
Okay, so like if you got arrested for selling drugs, it would be a blue collar crime.
Yes.
Okay.
But also, when we remove the crime part of it and talk about just white collar and blue collar, like you mentioned, jobs, a blue collar job might be like a farmer to represent the blue of denim and the denim shirt that he would be wearing.
Okay.
The Canadian tuxedo, if you will.
So is it only farmers?
Yeah, just farmers, yeah.
Or like what
How is
else?
that what you got from what I
You
said?
said blue collar, and they would be like a farmer because of denim.
He said like a farmer.
So who else besides farmers?
I got a denim shirt. I'm not a farmer.
No,
So
you're
do you
not.
have a blue collar job?
No, we do not have blue collar jobs.
But
And if we
You're
said
not
it,
helping, Brian.
Yeah, but this is not a white collar job.
So
what
what
we
are
do.
we? Is there another one?
well, we can barely afford shirts as is. I don't think we have collars.
No collar. That's what I'm saying.
But a blue collar job would be like an electrician or like an HVAC guy.
Okay, like a hands-on, like a
Yes.
manual labor,
Yes.
like a mechanic.
The opposite of whatever you think of me and my, uppity voice. I'm not a blue collar guy. I know
Okay.
that. I wish I
So-
was, but I'm not.
So what about in between jobs? Is that another collar? Do we have are we a collar?
Well, like Kay says,
Is
we
there
can't.
only white and blue?
As Kay said, we can't afford these shirts. We're skin crime.
We're
I don't
skin
want to be
crime.
related to that.
Skin crime sounds really bad.
I don't like that.
We gotta have something better than skin.
Nope, that's where we're at. That's
Well, we
it.
could commit either crime. I just want to know what job affiliation we fall under.
Well, you can't commit white collar if you're not a white
I
collar
could too.
person.
I could evade taxes.
I feel like you could actually do a white collar crime very easily.
Yeah. I could hear about somebody investing and be like, I should do that. Done. Committed a crime.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.